everybody, welcome back to my kitchen. Thank you so much for your wonderful feedback on my cocktail video. I really appreciated it, and a lot of you said you wanted more of Amber's kitchen, so I'm here to give that to you today. I have a cinnamon orange bourbon situation that I made the other day on my channel. If you guys want to go check that out, I'll also leave the recipe link down below. I'm using up the rest of my bourbon, so it's a really sad day. I'm gonna have to go to the grocery store very soon, or the liquor store, I'm sorry. It's so delicious. So today we are going to be making Chrissy Teigen's cheesy chicken Milanese. So I have everything laid out here. I have another camera, so I will show you guys what it looks like. All right, so I have everything ready to go. I have the chicken breast laid out. We're gonna be pounding that thin so it's in between 2 sheets of plastic. Don't mind my bucket over there. We're gonna use this to pound it out because I don't have a pounder for chicken. This will go on at the end. Greens will go on at the end. The cheese is gonna go in the middle. It's supposed to be a mozzarella, but I don't have any, so I'm just using what I have. We're gonna add some parm at the end. So I have this station pretty much ready to roll. I have to mix everything together, but I just wanna show you we have a plate of flour with salt, pepper, cayenne. The egg I'm gonna have to scramble up so that we can, put the chicken in it and it can act as the glue. And we also have a mixture of panko and breadcrumbs along with salt and pepper. So to start, I actually have to preheat my oven to 325. If you guys have followed along on my Instagram for a while, you'll know that my oven is extremely fussy. I'm very hopeful to get a new one in the future. Sometimes it says it's at the correct temperature and then it's not, and then it won't come up to temperature, and it's a fun game. So we'll see what we do tonight. So first things first, I'm gonna get my little egg together. And by together, I mean scramble it up. All right, and then I'm just gonna mix up the dry ingredients. I made sure to have everything prepped this time because even making cocktails was a disaster. Everything, well, it wasn't a disaster, it just got really messy really quickly. So this time I have everything laid out and ready to roll, which I know is really the smart way to cook anyway. All right, so next we're gonna pound the chicken. I feel like I got those as thin as I can without completely destroying them. So next we're gonna add salt, pepper, and cayenne. I'm really not much of a lefty, so this is quite hard for me. All right, and then crack some black pepper. All right, so now that those are pounded and they have salt, pepper, and cayenne on them, we're gonna add a little bit of cheese into the middle and then fold them over before we bread them. So this is not the mozzarella that she asked for. This one might be a little thick. I don't know. So now that we sprinkled on the cheese, she says moisten the edges with a little bit of water, sprinkle with some flour, and then fold them in half. Moistening the edges. Oh, I should move that cheese back, huh? Now we fold it over. So before I dip the egg in all of its mixtures, I'm going to get a couple of tablespoons of canola oil into a pan and get that heated. All right, so the order of operations here is we are going to first dredge in the flour, then in the egg mixture, and then in the panko breadcrumbs. The egg is gonna create sort of a glue for the breadcrumb mixture, which is gonna make it nice and crunchy and crispy. We're gonna cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, and then move to a baking sheet, and then we're gonna finish it off in the oven. If we can do this one-handed here, shall we? Flour mixture first. We'll make sure it's nice and coated. Oh boy, I'm gonna have a little cheese explosion over here. All right, shake it off into the egg. And then finally into the breadcrumbs. All right, excuse all of my recycling over there. I think the pan should be hot enough, so. All right, so here they are bubbling away. We'll give them a couple minutes and then we'll flip them. So while the chicken is cooking on one side, I figured I'd take an opportunity just to check in with you all, see how you're doing. I do a lot of these cooking videos, like I said, over on Instagram. I love cooking anyway, and all this time at home being able to cook, I really love it. I mean, before we'd get home at 6:30 or 7 and I'd have to kind of put something together if we want to eat at a normal time. Sometimes we ate really late, but I love having the time to cook a meal. I don't have to worry, like it's 6:30 now and dinner will be on the table before 7 o'clock, and that's really awesome. If you guys are afraid of cooking or you've never cooked before, I would definitely recommend picking up a cookbook from someone you like or just searching recipes. Sometimes I just see what I have in my fridge and type it into Google and see what pops up. Always read the reviews, but I really like to use Bon Appetit. I like to use the Food Network. I like Half Baked Harvest. I like Ina Garten. You really can't go wrong with any of those, but it takes practice and time and experience, and sometimes you don't have to necessarily follow a recipe as it's written because you're gonna know better. You're gonna know your own kitchen better and how you like to eat things, honestly. So I hope that you feel inspired to get into the kitchen. It's a lot of fun. I find it really rewarding and satisfying. I love food, I love to eat, so creating something delicious to me is like the best thing in the world. I'm gonna stop being such a cornball and pick up a little bit, you know? I gotta keep everything clean. My first job was in food service and I really learned about sort of cleaning as you go. My mother-in-law calls me the white tornado because I'm in there like, you know, I'm like always cleaning up and taking care of stuff. Just sort of how my brain wired itself when I started to work like that. So anyway, these look like they could be ready to flip. We're just looking for some nice golden color. I want to be gentle with it. Beautiful. Right now we're just trying to get a good crust on them and they'll finish cooking. Oh no! They'll finish cooking in the oven. Whoops. Well, that's okay. These are looking pretty good. I'm going to turn off the heat. Transfer them to our cookie sheet. Woo! I hope we don't totally bust that guy open. Hard to maneuver. All right. Now these are going to go in the oven. So while the chicken is in the oven, I'm gonna get the plates ready. We're gonna start by just throwing down some leaves. She asked for arugula in this recipe. Tristan's not a huge fan, and this is what we have, so this is what I will use, and I think I'm gonna use it all up, which is awesome. I hate food waste, I hate it. We're gonna put this down first, and then add our tomatoes, which we cut in half. I'm gonna kind of put those on the side. And eventually we're gonna shave some parm over top, so I will get the tool out, the appropriate tool. I have this thing, I've never used it, but it looks like we're supposed to shave it. I don't know, I'll give this a shot and then I'll grate it if necessary, because who really cares? And we're gonna drizzle everything with some balsamic. We got this from our in-laws, or my in-laws, when they went to Italy. So this is very swanky, very fancy, nice and syrupy balsamic. A little bit sweeter. I'm not a vinegar fan, even though it's weird because I like banana peppers, I like pickles. I like things that are pickled. Not a huge fan of vinegar, but this one is really delicious. And we're also gonna use a little bit of EVOO, extra virgin olive oil over top, and salt and pepper, of course. Hi, Bianca. You have kitty chow, lovey. You have kitty chow. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but on my baking sheet, I had a wire rack. That's not necessary. I like it though for chicken like this because the air circulates around the piece of chicken so it gets nice and crispy all around. That totally changed my cooking game. Also, if you guys want to see a video of me talking about like my kitchen necessities or my favorite tools in the kitchen, leave a comment down below and let me know, or text me if you know me, because I'd be happy to talk about that. There are a lot of things in my kitchen that I use pretty much every single time I cook that I cannot cook without them. Well, I can, but I don't want to. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. A friend of mine asked me if I got totally sloshed the other night after my holiday drinking video, or my holiday drinks video. And I said, well, you know, I ended the night a little emotional. You know, the holidays dredge up a lot of feelings, and you add some liquor to the mix, but I ended up tossing the Tito's drink just because there was no way I could drink all of those things. All right, so my 15-minute timer just went off, but I opened the oven and my temperature dropped a little bit, and that chicken looks a little thick, so I gave it another 10 minutes. I've also been doing the dishes and listening to Taylor Swift, so all good. We'll give it another 10 and check in again soon. So our chicken just came out and it looks absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can see on this side, but this chicken, the cheese is doing work right now. Oh my God. So I'm gonna let this rest for like 5-7 minutes and cut one in half. And I'll probably start with a half for each of us, but we'll probably definitely take these both down tonight. All right, just gave these little suckers a cut and you have to look at it. It's perfect. It's crunchy, it's moist, there's freaking cheese in there. Oh my God. All right, so they're each going on the plate. I'm gonna shave the parm over top. I have never used a shaver thing, so I don't know which way it's supposed to go. I don't think I like that. I'm just gonna grate it. Microplane a little bit. Oh boy. That came out a little fast. And here you have it. It's Chrissy Teigen's Cheesy Chicken Milanese. So we have this beautiful chicken cutlet that is stuffed with cheese and some greens, a little bit of, you know, salad situation to go with your chicken. Typically I'd serve this with rice, but turns out I am out of rice and I don't have any backup, which is really weird for me. So thank you guys so much for joining me in my kitchen today. If you'd like to see more of these videos, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment down below and let me know. And I will see you guys very soon.